Okay, welcome back to another installment of
The Pals Podcast. I am your co-host, Danny Galarno.
And I am Ricky Liordi. And Danny, why don't you tell the audience who we had on today?
We had Jed and Jade, the cutest couple in Toronto, on the podcast. Some of you might know them from TikTok or Instagram.
Honestly, I didn't want to love them this much. I was like, you know what? They're definitely not this cute in person. And they are literally that cute in person.
They truly are.
Like,
and
really.
what they said on the podcast too, about like them like literally being best friends.
You felt it.
You felt it in their conversation, their demeanor, no matter what they talked about. Like they are kind of just like bouncing off. And you know, like that cheesy thing when like you like feel like they're finish each other's sentences, but they're not actually. That's literally like who they were.
Yeah, because they didn't talk over each other at
Never
all.
talked over each other,
good.
but it's
Oh
like they
my
were
God.
like complimenting each other's words, one another, without trying.
And even like the way they looked at each other. At one point you saw just like Jed holding Jade's leg. I'm just like, oh, that's so fucking cute.
Yeah.
Outside of all my like best friends, they're my favorite couple. Like no questions asked. They're so fucking cute.
And I actually used some things they said as like a point of conversation this weekend.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's the whole goal of this podcast too.
Exactly.
But one thing they said that I really loved is at the end when we asked them, we said, you know, like when you guys fight, obviously your relationship's not always as perfect when you fight. Like, how do you deal with that? Do you guys get in fights? And they were just like, yeah, I guess when we fight, just we know that we're together till the end. Like we're in it till the end. We're not breaking up. Like we're gonna make this work. So take a little bit of space. I'll take some space, and then let's finish the fight so we can go and watch our movie or whatever. And I was just like, damn, man, that's fucking cute.
Yeah, it was really cute. And the best part about it is that I actually thought you knew Jed prior to the episode, but you guys just have a DM loving relationship.
I love Jed. Love you, man.
And I think you guys are gonna be great pals after this.
I genuinely think me and Jed will become good friends after this.
Yeah.
We are in the process. Because even Jade made a comment. She's like, does he just like golf every day? Why is he always wearing golf shirts in his TikTok? So now every day I send them a picture of what golf shirt I'm wearing. I'm like, hey guys, surprise, it's me, your third wheel.
And you think what I say sometimes is annoying? Like, why do you think people care about that?
She made a comment.
Yeah, she made a comment. She doesn't mean she has to see it every day.
Yeah, but sometimes they laughed.
Okay.
Like, oh, this is a cool one today. I was like, all right.
Anyways,
guys, this was a great episode. Really, honestly, probably one of my most favorite episodes of the year. So Jed, Jade, thank you guys for being pals. Thank you guys for being great guests and just good fucking people, man. It's nice when you have an episode like that where you become friends with them. The audience will definitely feel like they became friends with them and pals. And yeah, can't wait to get you guys back on. We'll definitely have you guys on in the future. Jed, good luck on your marathon coming up. Jade, good luck
with everything.
Yeah, I feel like you're doing a whole bunch of cool shit too. The Aloe online workout series and everything. So yeah, listen to the episode, share it, subscribe, like, follow Jed and Jade on Instagram, TikTok, all that fun stuff. And Danny, what do we say?
Let's fucking go.
Where are they tonight? Tonight.
Just down the street from here, and I think we did probably 150 episodes there, and like it was like a vibe. It was during COVID too, so like everybody came by. I was right across the street from Trinity, and I think we had an entire wall. We had big bricks, like those, like I don't know, a foot by a foot and a half.
Yeah.
So everybody took one brick, and like the entire wall was signed. It was so cool.
That's so cool.
So this is like your space, though.
Yeah, this is our space.
So
we
saw on the directory, it's like pals.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a.
Well, no, we share the space with someone else, like in this room.
Yeah.
But like Ricky's friend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So this is just our studio. Then we have like our common area. Because when we lost our old studio, we started recording at my condo. Mm-hmm. And it's nice recording at a condo because it's my home. It feels comforting, inviting. And the idea, again, with the pod is that you want people to become pals.
Yeah.
The problem is when you get people you don't know walking into your home, they're kind of just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm in this guy's home.
That's kind of crazy.
It is a little odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you said you did another podcast before together.
Yes. Yeah, we did my boy Rory. I know him from London when I went to Western. He has his own pod. He has I think almost 300-400 episodes at this point.
Oh, fuck.
Interviews
That's
everybody.
legit.
He's a big online interviewer guy. But yeah, and we did that over at the neighborhood, I think.
Yeah.
And it was a vibe. It was our first time. We kind of bounced off each other, which was fun.
Yeah.
We like doing podcasts because it's like not everybody, like you said, gets to know you, the real you through social media. Mm-hmm. A lot of our videos are like, like lip syncing or like dancing, or like who knows, but people don't know that we can talk too. Like we're articulate too. So it's nice to get on a pod.
Well, the
I
thing
know.
is too, it's like when they see TikToks, it's 15 seconds, like a
Mhm.
minute max, right?
Yeah.
You like sit down, pause. You got an hour of someone's undivided attention. You can chat with them. Like people actually get to know you.
Yeah, which is rare,
Yeah.
I find.
You never want to come across as like that. Like I'm just pretty, like you know. What I'm
God,
saying?
no.
You know?
Anyone that
what were you
knows
saying
me
the one
knows
time?
that's
You're like,
not true.
I want people to know that I can like speak and I have a brain.
Well, I have substance, obviously.
Yeah.
So wait, what do you do? I don't know what you do.
So I do social media full time, and then I also work for Allo Move. So I'm an instructor on the Allo app.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Wow. Yeah.
I've always wanted to know how cool do you have to be to work out at the Aloe place in LA?
You have to be really cool.
Like what is really like how
Yeah.
how many followers are we defining as cool?
Guys, it's invite only.
I know.
don't-
I've been
don't
trying to go
actually
for
know.
a long time.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously I've been invited because I'm a trainer there. So, but honestly, like it's just they find me. Like,
Obviously, I've been invited.
I don't
because
know if he's even
You guys are
invited.
fucking losers.
I could maybe ask for a +1. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, honestly, like I don't really know. I don't know how they find people. I don't know how they go about their invites. But I've seen a few Toronto girls that I know go there, which is pretty cool. Like to get the invite to go, pretty exclusive.
When I'm in LA next, I'm gonna hit you up like, yo, I need that invite. I want
Yeah.
a cold plunge. I want a cold plunge there.
I know. I want to too. It's so cool. They have like celebrities like do the cold
Literally, like
plunge.
Jimmy Butler did the cold plunge there.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
should probably say
Yeah.
that.
He's an Allo ambassador, so he does a lot of stuff with Allo, which is pretty cool.
Unreal.
Yeah.
How'd you guys meet, by the way? I don't think I know this story.
How did we meet?
I slid into his DMs.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Damn, nice.
Yeah.
It's one of my claims to fame, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lit. She actually is a big advocate of sliding into the DMs. All right, so
Totally.
maybe you can take some notes here because I know you're struggling right now. But
Shots fired
You know what I'm
early.
saying? Like,
shots fired early.
when you got someone that you like, that you think would be a good mesh with you, you just gotta go for it, man. You know what I'm saying? So I think we have been doing a little bit of back and forth on social media, like a little bit of cat and mouse. I think
a little like here,
you
like
know, a
there.
little like here, a little comment there, and yeah, one day she just slid in my DMs, and we had posted the same song on the same day, "Love Yours" by J. Cole, my favorite song. We both had used it on like a story, and I didn't see that she used it. She didn't see that I did.
Are you sure?
I didn't see that she used
Are
it.
you sure?
I
I
didn't
posted
see
mine
that she
2
used
hours
it.
before he did. So I thought, as any girl would, oh my God, he's doing it to get my attention. So I was like, this is my time. I slide into this man's DMs, okay? And I'm like twinning, and he goes, what?
That was my response. I was like, "What? What are you talking
Immediately I have to go.
Unsend.
Yeah, unsend.
I
Yeah.
was like, we both posted this song. I love that song. Like so mortified.
Yeah.
And he was like, no way, that's my favorite song. Actually, I have it like tattooed on my chest. And I was like, prove it. And the rest
You're like,
was
I know.
history.
Trust me, I've cut already.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so then the rest was history. We just started talking from there, and
Yeah.
she was living in Van,
Yeah.
and I was living here, and I was actually so pissed because I thought the whole time that she lived here, so I was like, oh my God, like this is like my dream girl, like this is amazing. I tried to follow her a year prior, but I think she was in a relationship, so she didn't follow me back. So I was like, all right, fuck that, unfollow.
He did. He unfollowed me. I was like, wow.
So I was like, okay, let me circle back the next year. She was like, you know, more single.
Yeah.
And I say more single for a
Yeah.
reason. But yeah, so then I was like, okay, let me slide back. She followed me, and I was like, perfect. I think she lives in Toronto. This is great. Like, I think she's like in my area. And she's like, oh, I actually just moved to Van. And
You
I was
couldn't
like,
tell by like the
So are you
pictures
from
outside the
Vancouver?
windows or something?
No.
Couldn't tell.
I'm originally from Sault Ste. Marie.
Okay.
And then I moved to Toronto. I lived here for like 7 years. And then during COVID, I got recruited to open a gym in Van, and everything apparently there was open. So I was like, hell yeah, let me get out of here and go to Van. So I went there for about a year and a bit, and then I came back to Toronto. I don't have any family out there or No anything. ties. So I'm just kind of lonely. So I wanted to come back, and obviously I had a big reason to come back as well. So yeah.
So wait, what brought you here from Sault Ste. Marie?
Honestly, just traveling around.
Like Sault Ste. Marie's kind of not the best.
No.
Respectfully.
Respectfully, love the Sioux, but I had to go quick. I left when I was like 18, and I've never been back. So I just hopped around a little bit. I would travel, like just go visit places, like visiting Vancouver when I was younger, like looking around Halifax, and I was like, I don't like any of this. And my older sister was like, why don't you move to Toronto? And I was like, I don't know, like it feels a little big. But when I moved here, I immediately felt like home, and I just I love Toronto. I'm like one of those people that loves it here, so it's definitely home.
Do you still love it?
Yeah, I do.
It's
Respectable.
nice to hear sometimes again. 'Cause I feel like we've been shitting on
fucking-
Toronto so much
I
every
despise
episode.
it.
Why?
Oh, wow.
I used to be a Toronto like diehard, like I'm a Toronto hardo, like born and raised. This is my city. I have a tattoo for the city. Like so many of the best memories of my life are from here. And then I feel like since COVID, I feel like it lost its spark. I feel like the people and the energy here is just not the same anymore. And I feel like maybe it's because a lot of people have went down to Florida, or people kind of started working remote, and the traffic's so bad, and the winters are darker and lonelier, and just, I don't know. I'm not as happy here as I am in other places in the world, which is like even this summer. Summers in Toronto are unparalleled.
Yeah.
This summer I was just like, I didn't go out at all. I didn't get any FOMO. I was like, okay, Bud Stage didn't have that many concerts I cared about. Like, I don't know, all the like cool events either got canceled because of the weather or didn't even seem that fun. I don't know. It was just now it's in my head. I'm fucking done with it. Every time I walk down the street, I'm like, fuck this fucking place.
I know.
And like, I live on King West, and I love King West, and
Yeah.
even now I go out, I'm just like, I don't fuck with it the same.
A lot of people feel that way though.
Yeah.
You were just saying that
I
the
was
other
just
day
saying
at
that the
dinner,
other
yeah.
day. I mean, you dissed me after I,
I did
said
diss
that.
you. I did say like,
He's like,
maybe it's
maybe
because you're 30.
Maybe because you were younger when you liked Toronto. That's what
You
I
that said
said.
it
And
to
I
me.
feel like the same
I
with
said the
him.
exact same thing.
Maybe
I was like,
because you're-
Hey.
No, I
it
still
could
love
be
going.
age.
It could be age. Like everyone's trying to be like, I think the city's different. I'm like, no, you're not. Like maybe you're not just 23 and like trying to fuck someone every night on King West. Maybe it's different.
True.
Yeah, I feel like I used to go out. I used to meet so many fun, amazing, like vibrant people with so much energy and life and spark. And you know, I go out to so many different places. Yeah, okay, I stay a lot on King West, and maybe it's I'm biased and I got a hate towards King West, even though I don't, because I fucking love it. But I feel like I go out, I don't meet people with the same energy and spark that I used to. I used to have so many fun fucking conversations where I was like, I don't want this night to end. And now I'm like, okay, it's 2:00. I'm ready to go home.
Totally.
And like, I love an AP. Like, you'll catch me. Like, I'm texting people, yo, what's the plan? Where are we going? Like, I'm that kind of guy. But lately, it's just not the same.
Honestly, I rate how like open you are about that, because I thought I was telling Jade the other day, like it's pretty funny. A lot of people like identify with not being like a big party person, or like not like drinking, or like I feel like that's like the era we're in right now. Everyone's like, oh yeah, I drink mocktails now. Like, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? But with you, I was like, when we were talking the other day, and I was just like, I'm like, yeah, I'm about to do like 75 hard and stuff. He's like, oh, I could never do that. Like, I could never stop drinking like that.
Yeah, so like, fuck that.
And I was like,
Fuck that.
I love how like just honest that was. It was
Man,
great.
it
You're
just-
like, bro, I honestly just enjoy drinking. Like, I'm like,
Look,
that's cool.
I don't have an addictive personality, like, thankfully, knock on wood. So like, I can drink till 2 a.m. My heartburn starts. I'm like, all right, guys, ready to go. They're like, why? I'm like, heartburn. They're like, we're going to the after party. There's gonna be like 30 of us. I'm like, yeah, cool, heartburn. I gotta go get. I need
Gotta
my
go.
Tums, my bottle of water, my 2 Advils. I'm ready to go to bed.
Yeah,
Like, done.
yeah, that's great.
Where are you from? Where's home for you?
I'm from Midland, Ontario,
Yeah, I
which
know
is
it.
like, you know what that is?
Yeah. I
think
It's like
so.
30 minutes north of Barrie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Small
used to have a boat
town.
up there.
Used to what?
Have a boat up
Yeah,
there.
exactly. It's a
Yeah.
boating country. I like grew up around boats and the marina and all that growing up. 15,000 people, and yeah, I was like small town living majority of my life, and then from there I went to like London for Western and all that, and then like I never went back to Midland.
Did you play sports there at all? Or?
Yeah, I played basketball like all my life growing up. Pretty like intense. We had a really good program there. Our coach was like super.
Wait, sorry, how old are you, by
intense.
the way?
I'm 29 now.
Okay, so you're a 95.
5, yeah.
Okay, so I would have just graduated when
We
you
would have
le-
been at
But
Western at
wait,
the same
you would have been
time.
there, yeah.
You were at Western?
Yeah.
Okay. I was there 14 to 19. 2014, 2019.
So were you?
I started in 2013 and I
Okay.
left in 2017.
Okay. So you did like a normal, like I did 5 years of high school. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because I did play basketball my 5th year.
Yeah.
Played basketball at Western. So maybe
We
you
still
saw
It
would've
me.
was like Jim
around.
Bob
Saw me
Ray.
on the
Jim Bob
bus.
Rays was still around.
Oh
Jack's
yeah,
Dollar
JBR.
Beers.
My
Yeah.
first year, JBR.
JBR's closed in our second year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my first year it closed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it was that was
JBR's
lit.
cool.
Now it's like.
Where'd you live at Western?
Well, I did Elgin for Res, and then I did Sarnia and Western,
Yeah.
like at the Red Bricks.
Yeah.
Right by that 7-Eleven Subway vibe.
Yeah.
Right beside Essex.
What are you nodding your head like you know? You're like, oh yeah.
I lived in London.
Oh, did
She
you?
also lived in
Wait,
London.
what?
She lived in London at the same time that I did, and
Yeah.
we did, I guess. But we never, like, we think that we probably crossed paths at some point.
Yeah.
You probably just don't know.
We actually put together
Yeah.
that she lived in the building of my ex, and I
At the
lived
same
at the
time.
same time, and I was there every day in university.
So we had to. There's 2 elevators
there
in
was
that
2
building.
elevators. I'm like, we must.
It was the
have crossed
smallest
paths.
building. We had to have seen each other. We
Yeah.
lived there the same years.
2016.
It's a serendipitous
Crazy.
moment.
I know.
It's actually crazy. Like
It's weird. Like we've put together a few times, even when we both like he moved to Toronto or would always come to Toronto right as I was leaving, and we had put together from like our Instagram story archives that we'd been at the same place at the same time.
Okay, so
Like,
why were you in London?
Hey,
Though?
what'd you do on Friday night? We were checking each other's Instagram archives.
Yeah, that's love, man. That's love.
That's how you know King West is dying. That's what we'd rather be
Honestly,
doing.
And you had a fun night doing it too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's actually
we were
I
like-
thought you were just like nodding. Yeah.
No,
for
she
sure.
lived there. She. You can tell them the story about why you went to London.
Oh, I went to London because I dropped out of university and I had nothing to do. And one of my friends, Rihanna, was like, my roommate, she was going to Fanshawe. She's like, my roommate just bailed and I have no one to live with and I'm so stressed and I don't know what to do. And I was like, oh, that sucks. She's like, why don't you come live with me? And I was like, and do what? She's like, well, you're not doing anything in the studio. You just dropped out of school. So why don't you just come to London, live with me? We'll have so much fun. We'll party and like live together. I'm like, okay. So I did.
That is so
To
fun.
London, not like
Yeah.
LA or
I
anything.
love this for you. I really love this.
I was like,
for
she
you.
doesn't have a roommate. I'll go live with her. She's
I
my
know, like
best
during
friend.
university age, like you couldn't have asked for a better place. Like London's
So
like
fun.
London was
perfect.
amazing. I can't lie.
I worked at the Station Keg. It was the greatest
Yeah.
time
Oh,
ever.
You did?
She worked at the Keg. I worked
Oh,
at
so
the
you know
Keg.
Ben and Kat.
Yeah, I know Ben and Kai. Yeah. Yeah.
So I met Ben right after Western. We worked together for a year. They were on the pod last year.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, what a small world.
Yeah.
You go to Western?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, you went to Western?
I went,
too?
but I'm older than you guys. I went from 08 to 2012.
Oh shit.
So I did. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm old.
Oh wait, I was. I think I was in grade 8 at that point.
Hey, pipe down over there. No. But yeah, I went there 08 to 12, and then I did the MIT. I did MIT there.
Okay.
I fucking hated it. Worst
Yeah.
program ever.
What did you do?
Ken, I did my.
So
math.
did
Oh,
I.
did you
No
actually?
way.
No way.
He was
How
a
did
cool.
you
He
guys
was a
not
cool
see each
cool
other?
athlete. You were like.
I was that cool varsity guy.
You were the dorky dancer.
Yeah.
No, you were in what's the
You
cool
were the
dancing
dorky
club?
dancer.
I was in
You were
Heat.
dancing at the
Yeah,
UCC at 10 p.m.
No, he.
Yeah, I was on Heat.
Outside the subway.
What, you were on what?
Heat.
You're on
Dance
Heat.
team.
Oh, Heat. Oh, okay, yeah.
They were the good ones.
They actually were.
We
Yeah,
were.
they
You were the good ones. Yeah.
They were fire. Like.
Yeah, they were good.
Literally
Yeah.
and
It was the
figuratively,
pretty one. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
crazy. No, we
Crazy.
definitely
What a
like
fucking
have mutual
small-
friends.
We gotta check the Instagram archives.
Yeah.
After
Go
this,
through them.
Instagram
Yeah.
archives.
Go
We were
through
definitely at the Seeds at the same time.
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah, Seeds were my stomping grounds.
But during like my like fourth year, like I think exclusively we just went out during the week and never on weekends.
That's weird.
Well, because
I
it's
don't.
on the weekends.
I did the same thing though. So I did promo back in the day. So I worked Wednesday, Thursday, Friday nights, and then unless I had friends coming up from Toronto, I wouldn't go out Saturdays and Sundays.
No, I wouldn't go out Fridays.
So I would
and
do Molly
Saturdays.
Blooms Mondays if we were
No, that was
feeling to
Tuesdays for
shaking
me.
it,
Love
because they had
Molly Blooms.
karaoke and like dollar.
So
That was
fun.
dollar
Tuesdays for me.
wings.
That was Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So I do that, and then we'd hit up Jack's. Do you know
Yeah.
Ollie? Do you guys know Ollie Shanks?
No.
Parlor.
No.
Parlor. All anyways. So he used to work at Dollar Beers at Jack's, or he was like his party, whatever. So we'd do Molly Blooms, then Jack's. Tuesday was always historically just quiet night, chill, whatever. Wednesday was JBR's, or like Barking Frog when I started, then JBR's. Thursday was like Mansion, and then Up on Carly, and then JBR's, a whole bunch of random shit. Friday was Up on Carly, I think, and then we did a Saturday.
Are you
I
telling me you
think.
went out every night? Is that what you're saying?
I went out
now?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for like 4 years
Wednesday,
straight.
Thursday. Okay.
Damn.
Damn.
It was great.
That's actually
Mind
crazy.
you, I was, 18, 19, 20, and 21 making, I don't know, like 30 grand a year cash, thinking I'm like the richest fucking kid alive, and I had a Hummer at the time.
Were you a promo guy?
Yeah,
Oh,
I did
that's what
promo,
you were
right? So like me
doing.
and my and like
A Hummer,
we like
that's
used
crazy.
to. I had a Hummer H3, so I was the only
Oh my
person on
God.
campus. Like
And
nobody had one. Nobody had one
What
on
a
campus.
douche.
I believe it.
Yeah, I was. It literally was. And I was a pro, and I'd like
Just
roll down my
personality.
window with like my cutoff,
Yeah.
like thinking my arms are huge.
Oh,
Like,
no.
It's like $400 to fill up, like for no reason.
Yeah, I was fucking that guy. Anyway, so I did that for 4 years, and then I left and I came back. But we did
Wow.
like we did like a whole bunch of like DJ shows. We did a couple rappers. We brought Vinny Chase. What's his real name?
Oh, Vinny Chase.
What's his real name though? Adrian Grenier. We brought him to London.
Oh, from Entourage?
Yeah.
Oh,
So like
Damn.
when the Entourage movie came out, so you were probably like again like grade 8 or something.
yeah.
We brought him to London, and we did like a movie screening of like he had like some wildlife documentary or something, and then we went out like had like a club hosting with him.
Cool.
Damn.
It was cool.
That's
Like
pretty
when
good.
you're like
That's-
20 years
that's-
old, like
yeah.
That is
Vinny
very
Chase is your
cool.
like
Kinda
you're
epic.
your dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go back to them though. What's
epic.
crazy to think is that like how you guys have been so close to each other, but then you met on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone talking about how like they want these like organic meeting relationships. They could have met organically without even realizing, but Instagram is what did it.
It's a sign of the
Yeah.
times, man. It's the times.
Yeah, and
Get with it.
And honestly, like I hate to say that. I hate to like. There's like a stigma around. Oh, we met online, but
There shouldn't be anymore.
There shouldn't
No.
be anymore.
I have that stigma, and like I
You-
truly like I
you know
feel
what
like
I
I
mean?
can't meet someone online, so that's why I'm saying. But I
Yeah.
agree that it should be broken, and I'm trying to work on it.
Yeah.
Totally.
I just feel like when you hear that, it almost like invalidates some of the relationship for some reason. But like, I just feel like it's a sign of the times now. It's just how it is nowadays.
Well, I-
How many
Yeah.
couples, literally right now, like new couples, do you know that didn't meet online?
It's rare.
It's very rare.
But like I remember before, people like I had some friends who are now engaged, but they're like, "Oh, I met my partner on Tinder or Hinge," and that
Yeah.
was like so like
Yeah.
Taboo,
cliche and
yeah.
taboo to like
Totally.
admit that.
Yep.
Now it's like, yeah, this is where I met my like person. Like,
It's
look
just
at
normal.
look where we are now.
It's just normal.
Like it's
Yeah.
also very intimidating for like a single dude or a single girl to walk up to another very attractive person and try and strike up a conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like that would be very fucking hard.
I
Like, if you
also-
saw her at a bar, would you walk up to her? Well, okay, you're
Like,
different, bro.
I don't know.
You're a fucking
No,
tall, handsome dude. It's
yeah.
different, right? A little bit easier for you than
I'm-
most.
It would be hard though. It would be
It
hard.
is,
And if
especially
any-
if she's with her girls.
Yeah, like if she wasn't really giving me that energy, like
Yeah.
inviting energy, I probably wouldn't.
fucking
Realistically, like for me to do that, it'd be like a couple eyes. Like maybe if she looked back, then okay. But like to just go out of nowhere, especially if you're like, I don't know, on the other end of the spectrum, like maybe like on the other end of the spectrum, like maybe it's more difficult to do that. So I just think
Yeah.
it's like it's easier to like break the ice when you're online.
If you had to slide in her DMs, what would you have said?
If I were to slide into her DMs,
We're taking away the twinning comment.
taking away
Please.
the twinning comment.
I mean, it worked. So like,
The thing about like what we were doing back then was like I was commenting on all of her stuff as if we were best friends. Like I was making like inside jokes on her reels and her
Yeah.
pictures because she'd make really funny like comedic reels, and that's kind of what like really connected us in the first place. And I would just be like making funny jokes on them as if we knew each other, never met, never talked. So I don't know. I think I probably would have just like responded something funny to something you posted on your story.
I could see that.
Or I would have made some like comment just like, so like what are we doing here? Like you know what I mean? Like I'd be like, so are you just gonna
Confidence,
wait
yeah.
for me to say the first thing? Like something sarcastic
something
like that.
cheeky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something
Definitely.
cheeky.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I wasn't about to wait though.
Yeah, she wasn't.
Hey,
down.
respect, shoot
she
or
wasn't
shoot.
down to wait.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean that's why people say, you know, long distance stuff doesn't work. But we started dating long distance.
Mm-hmm.
So I had flown to Vancouver. We had been like hanging out a couple times. She flew here, I flew back, and I'm like, so do you want to be my girlfriend or what? With no plan of ever being in the same city at that
Yeah.
point. We had no plan. She had no plan of moving here. I had no plan of moving there. So I was like, God's plan, I guess. We'll see what happens.
So let me ask you, because I did long distance in my previous relationship. Is there not something nice about doing long distance, especially at the beginning? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
everybody said, like, Ricky, what are you doing? I'm like, it's actually the nicest thing ever. I'm so excited to see them that. And I'm a big planner. So I was like, hey, you're coming here. I'll plan the best weekend, 4 days. We're going to have jam pack. We're going to do a million different things. You're going to go home. I'm going to go back to my routine, back to the gym.
Yep.
I get to cook alone, drive alone. I don't have to be home at 9 o'clock because you want me here for dinner. Like, I get to do my own thing. Is there not something nice, especially at the beginning?
Yeah.
Wait, I want to hear from them first.
She got something to say.
Because she's like, yeah, fucking blah, blah, blah.
I think in my opinion, what was nice was we really had no choice but to get to know each other on such an intimate level without any distraction. Like, and we had a time difference too that was kind of working against us. So I think that, yeah, having your own routine was so nice, and not having somebody there all the time was great. I'm a quite independent person, and I don't like when people infiltrate my space. But with him, it was just like we got to FaceTime and talk on the phone for hours, and we got to know each other so well that there wasn't that like date and then, you know, wait for them to text you, or maybe like hook up on the second date and then you're like, oh my God, does like he think that this? Does he think that? It's like we just really became best friends for real.
Yeah.
And then everything else came after because we weren't able to be with each other in person or hang out with each other's friends or go drinking together. It was just really wholesome FaceTime calls where we just got to know each other really well and really fast, and we just became best friends so quick that I think that's why
Yeah.
everything else really fell into place.
I love that. Danielle, go.
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm just,
But
long distance is great until it gets to a certain point.
yeah, but then
Yeah, but I agree. They made it work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made it work.
Depends
You
on
just
the
have to be
person.
realistic with that.
Yeah, it depends. It
A lot of
depends
people,
on the person.
Yeah, it depends on the person.
Well, and
you can't
what-
live like a whole life 10 years down the line, 5 years
yeah,
down the
okay,
line.
then that's different. But that's why I said
Yeah.
at the beginning,
Yeah,
because
I
it
agree.
also forces you to make a decision. Do I
Totally.
like this person enough to cut everybody off, even though I'm not going to see them? I don't know when the next time I'm going to see them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stop liking random girls' photos. I'm going to stop being flirty. I'm going to stop doing all these things. And like, you probably get it. Like, you're a fucking handsome dude. Like, and you're a beautiful girl too. Like you guys both get it individually.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, am I gonna stop the other shit because of this person that lives on the other side of the country?
Yeah.
You have to make that decision. Whereas if you're in the same city, it's like, I don't feel like going out. Well, okay, I might have some fun, or I'm going out with the boys. So like, there's always that in the back of your
Well, it's
mind.
also what she said. Like, it could have progressed a lot slower being in the same city. You go on one date, 3 weeks later, another date, couple days later, another date. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, like,
it progresses a bit differently than when you're actually getting to know the person with like full one-on-one time.
Yeah.
Kind of like a podcast. 1 hour of undivided attention. You're on FaceTime. Undivided attention.
Yeah, it's very true.
It does. I think it just forces you to be like more intentional with that person, and like it doesn't really lend time for games. Although people think like you said, like I'm here, I can do whatever I want. Technically, I could go out, I could be like seeing other people, but I just think it brings that level of trust along with it. And I think that if you choose someone long distance, then that like means something deeper, than it would be if you're in the same city. But it's like once we started talking, like you said, like I didn't talk to anybody. I cut everybody. You know what I'm saying? Unfollow people, like delete app, like Snapchat was out of here. Apps were gone. And that was just like a decision I made because I was just like, I want you to know that I'm serious about you, so I'm gonna make these decisions for you. And if it didn't work out, then maybe I would have been like, shit, man, like. Maybe I shouldn't have done all that stuff, but I guess it did. So
look, and I don't think I've told this on the pod. Me and my ex, we started dating. She came to Toronto. We literally after the third day, I was like, let's date. I was like, could we make this work? She's like, I think so. I was like, okay, fuck it, let's do it. And we started dating 3 days into it.
Okay, but how did you meet her?
Instagram, same thing.
Okay, so on it, but she wasn't here.
She commented on one of my funny videos about like being single. I was just like. Everyone always says you'll meet your person when you're not looking. I'm like, I've been not looking. Like, I can't not look any harder. And she literally commented like same in like big capitals. And I saw this person. I'm like, you're an angel. Look, couple likes back, follow back, slid in. And I think I actually said like, how many more pictures are we going to like before one of us does this? I think it was literally exactly what you were saying. Yeah. I don't remember exactly, but something along that thing. And I was like, yeah. And then a week later, I was like, what are you doing next weekend? She's like, I got no plans. I'm like, you like Noah Khan? She's like, yeah, I love Noah Khan. I was like, have you ever been to a hockey game? She's like, no. I was like, all right, let's do it. And we planned this I planned this crazy weekend and it was amazing. But again, to your idea, like I'm very pro long distance right now. Very.
Yeah.
Like I almost don't want to talk to people in Toronto. I'm also done with Toronto. So like,
yeah.
I'm almost like, I'm just like, don't. Even before, I used to have my hinge set to different cities.
Wow.
Just because I'm like, I need a reason to go somewhere.
All right.
Where would you rather be if you hate Toronto and don't want to live here? Where would you rather go?
Like currently, like in October?
No, like where would you actually want to live?
I would split my, like I think if let's say I won 10 million tomorrow.
Yeah.
I would split my year amongst 4 or 5 places. I would do, the winters I would do mostly Florida, Texas, like one of the like southern states that's like fairly warm. I would do a month somewhere that's cold for skiing, so like Whistler, maybe the Swiss Alps, something like that. Then the spring I might do like a month in Toronto and a month in New York. Summer I would spend maybe 2 months in Europe, and then I'd do another month in New York probably, or maybe like a Chicago, Boston, something like that. But I would just hop around. I'd be like a little gypsy nomad.
Interesting.
That's nice.
Yeah,
so like, do you ever want to be in one place, like settled in one place? Like, do you see yourself having like the traditional family life in one place? Because
so
it's like
eventually when I have a family, yeah, I want to raise my family somewhere warm. So I always say Florida just because like my family has a home there.
Okay.
But I want to raise kids in a warm climate because like I don't see my kids putting on a snowsuit and going to play outside when it's minus 30 with their friends across the street. But in Florida, you see kids outside 24/7. And I'm not saying just Florida. It could be anywhere that's fairly warm all year round. Just because in the winter, like I love going to the beach in the winter. There's nothing better than going to the beach in December and watching a sunset at 5 o'clock with like a fucking shitty charcuterie board from like the local grocery store and a cold drink. Oh, it's just fucking perfect to me. So
Yeah.
I say I'm gonna raise my kids in a warm climate place that's like warm, and then obviously like, Toronto will still technically be kind of home. But if I marry someone who's not from here, yeah, I'm very close to be done with Toronto.
Interesting.
There you go.
What about you guys? Is Toronto gonna be home?
We don't know yet. Yeah, we really don't know yet. We're in a situation where I don't know what it's like with you and like your family. If you see yourself wanting to be close to your family, that's something that we both kind of struggle with because like we're from these like random small towns that would be, like we're technically right now we're far away from home. Mm-hmm. So it's like, do we put ourselves in a situation to be even further away from our families where it's just like, because as a product of divorce, Jade also. It's like hard to please everyone. So it's like, how do we stretch ourselves thin enough to please this party and this party? So it's like, okay, now we move away. We're even further. It's like, how do we like? Do we just
Oh my God,
do we just
yeah.
completely remove ourselves from the situation
Stress.
and not give our energy to anybody, or do we? You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're trying to figure out: do we want to stay like local and try to be near our family? Do we? Because I feel like when kids come around one day, we do need that help too. So
Yeah.
I don't know. They say it takes a village. So I'm just like, do I want to like isolate myself in like Mallorca?
I know.
And like have no one. And, like,
Maybe a
have
couple
no-
months of the
You know
summer.
what I'm saying?
I got a
Like,
place there eventually. Maybe you guys come stay with me.
Exactly.
I'll help out with the kids.
I don't
can-
know, man.
Yeah.
I'm a good babysitter.
I don't
Very
know.
tough.
We always say that. We just have no idea. Like, we don't even know where we want to be in the next like 2 years.
Yeah.
No clue.
Yeah.
Do
it's
we
hard.
stay in Toronto? Do we move to a different part of Toronto? Do we go to the GTA? Like, I don't even know.
I
Yeah.
just think things can change so quickly.
Exactly.
Too, though. Like I'm even in the midst of buying something right now.
Yeah.
And I was having this conversation with Ricky before, and I'm like, yeah, but like I don't know where I'm gonna be in 5 years. He's like, well, why are you buying?
Yeah.
And I'm buying for other reasons. And whether I turn this into investment property or do something else with it, but I don't know where I'm gonna be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you think about it, like yes, I have a plan and I think I know where I'm gonna be, but like things can change at a drop of a hat, or whether it's like work, life, meeting someone. So like you don't really know.
Well,
And you don't
even-
have to know.
And there's something nice about not knowing, but you guys are similar to me. Obviously, we do social media. Do you not just find that like so many random opportunities just like arise from it?
Yes.
Like the amount of free trips that get offered and the amount of let's do this or here's this campaign or whatever. Like I feel like a lot of it is so remote that if you just picked up and moved, it wouldn't hurt your business. Especially if you move to the States, like you start collecting from like the creator funds and all the other nonsense. But
True.
like even me, sometimes I'm like trying to figure out, and I plan everything months in advance. I'm a big planner, like whatever type personality is, A or whatever. Like I've got my next 3 months planned out, and right now I haven't pulled the trigger on anything because I'm like, okay, well, a brand might take me to Florida, a brand might take me here, or this maybe my book goes well and I end up doing something else, or maybe like I have no fucking idea. And it's so weird for me because I hate it. I'm like, I want to just plan the next 12 weeks. I want to book my flight to Florida. I want to book my flight to New York. I want to book my flight here. And I'm literally just, I was telling her the other day, I'm like, I'm going to slow down. I'm not doing fuck all until like the book launches. Then I can figure out the rest of my life. Let me just get past this next little hurdle. And, but yeah, it's just crazy because you never
Yeah.
know what's going to happen.
I know. My mom always says you can plan the plan, but you can't plan the outcome.
I love
I kinda
that.
like
That's
that.
Yeah,
right.
she's
That's
been saying
right.
that
I
my
love
whole
that.
life. Whenever I get anxious and stressed, she always says that to me. Remember, you can plan the plan, but you can't plan the outcome. So
So a buddy of mine just won the lottery.
Actually?
He won $1 million. He won the lottery, $1 million.
In Toronto?
Yeah. And we said 20 years ago, winning $1 million in the lottery was life changing.
yeah,
Like now I'm just like,
It's actually jokes. It's
like,
not.
I know.
hey, okay, you could pay off your mortgage. That's great, but like
Yeah.
you're not
You're like,
you're
what?
not fucking going out buying this sick ass fucking G wagon, buying
Yeah,
this sick ass house.
You're not buying an
Yeah,
H3, I'll tell you
You're
that.
not buying it. Like, I think he like put some money in like investments, paid a little bit of his mortgage, and like bought like a Toyota Supra or something. Like very like no,
So
he's still
very
at
just
work.
like normal.
Very normal.
Yeah,
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Like
yeah.
he still hit his 9 to 5 on Monday.
Ah,
after
he
that,
is
yeah.
still at
You
work
have to.
every
Oh,
single
100%.
day.
You
Even
can't
if you're
just-
getting $10 million right now,
Yeah.
you can't.
Nah, I can fuck with 10 million.
Yeah. 10
Doesn't
million-
matter.
10
You-
million is
could
enough.
go crazy.
10 million is enough for me to be in Florida today.
Yes, but you're also not quitting your job.
I'm quitting my job down in Florida.
Okay,
today.
but then you're gonna go find another job. You can't sustain your
I
life.
would play. I would be a pickleball
wanna-
instructor for the rest of my life, making minimum wage, and I would be
Okay,
the
but it
most
depends
tan dude in
the
Florida.
lifestyle you want to live. Like I also want to be able to provide my kids when I have them with like a certain lifestyle
Fuck
as
them.
well.
They can get jobs. Be the ball
Like,
boys.
it
No, I'm
doesn't
kidding.
get you as far as you think. But I
No,
keep
it
having
doesn't.
dreams that I won the lottery.
What amount of money do you think you would need in this day and age to be like, I'm out, like I'm not doing shit?
I love how he's like a host too. So
Okay,
that's
so
it. He's asking
because we have this conversation at work all
professional
the
interview.
time.
Oh my God.
It'd have to be like over. I don't know.
Like, would you say like 100 million or like less?
that's the number I was thinking.
100
I think
million?
like 80 million, 100 million is
Yeah.
like my number to like completely
Oh,
stop.
what kind of life you're living?
Guys.
That's a lot.
guys.
No, but like I'm just thinking
That
about
is
like
a
what
lot.
I would want to use that money for. But like most of it, you just put basically in investments and then just like build off of that like passive
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
You basically just live your life.
But if you invest properly, you can invest properly with like 20 million and be okay. I feel
So I was just
like.
saying,
Yeah.
20
Yes,
million.
I agree.
20 million makes you $250,000 a year easy all day long.
yeah, but you're
Yeah.
going to buy a house right now. Like let's say you want a fucking sick ass house. you're paying $8 million.
So are you telling me that
How
like
big of a fucking house do you want?
exactly?
I know for a fact many of
My
houses.
mom and dad's house is fucking. It's like insane, and that's not even near that.
Yeah.
I
they
can
got
tell you right
pickleball
now, a
court.
friend of mine's parents' house is getting sold right now for $9-10 million.
And that's what you need.
No, but that's what you would want.
Live within your means. Live within your means.
Of course, but your means are talking $50 million.
Yeah.
You're telling me you couldn't be happy in like a $5 million house?
Yes,
Like,
I could.
I'm sure you could be.
He's judging
I
big
could.
time right now. He's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, Jade, let's get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here."
Yeah.
But if you're
let's get
gonna
outta here.
start, like, we're talking winning the lottery here.
Yeah.
Either way, after 50 million, I'm out of work.
Okay,
All
we know
right.
yours
20
is
million, I'm out of work.
yours is 100,
Sure.
and what's yours?
Mine, I
course.
think, honestly, like 20 mil, 25 mil.
20 is my number.
Yeah.
20
I think-
million, I'll get out of my job and actually just go do something I like.
No,
I love my job. I love
I'm
you. I hope
never
you listen to
working-
this. I love my job. No, but like not in my industry.
What do you do?
I'm in accounting now.
Oh Lord.
I switched
tough.
during COVID. I actually love it.
You like
but
it?
like
You
if
like
I could
math?
do other things. Yeah. I used to be in like marketing and events.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Like I worked at MLSC.
Okay.
fun.
I like worked at an events company.
love.
And then COVID happened.
All right.
And you decided to become an accountant.
Yeah. It was like more stable.
What an interesting switch up.
Yeah.
Very, but like I work with really fun people, like my like friends.
Okay.
It's fine. Anyways, I love it, but I would do
It's fine.
really fun
Ricky, do you
stuff.
just do
Like,
social media or do you do something else
No,
too?
I got a day job,
What do you do?
construction,
Oh, okay. We didn't know
family business. Yeah, I don't talk about it on social media.
that. Oh,
wow.
On social media, I'm just like fun, dating, happy-go-lucky, travel, like
Interesting.
gypsy. And then my day job, I'm like a 45-year-old old man that has like serious responsibilities, and
Wow.
I'm in charge of 200-ish people, and
Wow.
like my people at work, when they see any of my content, they're just like, "How is that the same fucking person?"
Really?
Like on social media, I'm some 25-year-old punk. Like in real life, at my day job, people think I'm actually 40
Wow.
because like I'm senior management. Again, family business too, so like I have a lot of responsibility. But yeah, it's like I live two very different lives.
Is that the job you wear the golf shirts to?
Yeah, every fucking
Just
day.
gonna say that.
All my car TikToks when I wear
Yeah.
golf shirts. Do you guys not see the closet? That's my closet here because I come
Oh,
straight
yeah,
from work a
yeah.
lot of
Oh
times
my
straight
gosh.
to. That's my wardrobe. That's
Okay,
my wardrobe
there you
room.
go.
I just said that to him the other day. I was like, "Do you think he just golfs all day? Because like he's always wearing these like
Rude.
golf
The first
shirts."
time, like, she didn't know who you were yet, and she's like, "Is that the guy that like with the golf shirts?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, that's that
Alright.
guy." I was
he
like,
has
"That's
a
that guy."
rotation, like what golf shirts.
Sorry,
weekly.
well, I guess you guys have different jobs. But like, do you not have a rotation?
Yeah.
Exactly. I have a rotation. I have like right now I got a purple one, a black one, a different black one, a white one, and
I just get way too lazy to wake up in the morning and have to think what I have to wear to my work when I'm not seeing people. Like I have a small
Yeah.
office. I could go some days in leggings and a sweater if I want as an
That's
accountant.
nice.
Which is really nice. If I'm seeing clients, I can dress up. Like today I wore a blazer and a dress, but that's just because I wanted to.
yeah, no, seeing clients,
Like, I don't
not seeing
need- I
clients. I,
didn't
wear
see
the
a
same
client, but-
fucking things every day.
Interesting.
That's
I
like
can
a
pick.
fun fact about us. Neither of us have ever had a real job.
Really?
Not really. Yeah.
Well, mind you, like opening up a gym is kind of a real job.
No, not like that. I mean, like
Yeah, 9 to 5.
we've never been in corporate
Yeah, 9
world.
to 5.
I've never
Yeah.
ever had a 9 to 5 in my whole life.
Well, so what are you doing now? That because so E-Talk, you were on E-Talk before.
ET
ET,
Canada.
sorry,
Yeah,
ET Canada.
Yeah.
Yes. Now that ended, right?
Yeah, that ended last
So I remember
year.
seeing all the posts about it. I was like, holy fuck!
Yeah.
My family used to watch it at dinner.
Yeah.
I think that's when I
Yeah.
first saw you.
Chorus cut like a bunch of their programs just to like add funding and all that stuff like that. So that was one of the ones that unfortunately got cut, which is crazy because it was up for like 27 years.
It was literally massive. It was like
No, it's
prime time,
huge.
6 or 7 o'clock. Like,
Yeah.
Every night, like literally every night at like whatever time, 7 o'clock or something like that. So it was actually a shock. I actually felt bad for my coworkers because they had literally been there for like 25 years. And like I had only been there for a year, so I wasn't hit as hard. I was like, okay, like this
Yeah.
sucks. It was nice to get the experience. But there was producers that had worked their way up for 25 plus years. And I was like, what are they going to do? Like, this is actually crazy. So, yeah. So that was like I guess that was like my first real job of like actually going in to somewhere, getting paid like hourly, like whatever. But other than that, it had mostly been serving. I was a trainer at a gym for a bit. I was a TA like at Western because I was in my master's. So
Hey, you did your master's?
yeah, I did my
Oh,
master's.
good for you.
in
And
kin
what?
as well,
In kin
yeah.
as well?
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Good for you.
Not PT, but I did like
Yeah.
what's it called, integrated bioscience.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Smart.
She's like, yeah, smart and
Yeah.
cute.
He's
yeah.
really smart.
Yeah. Now I dance on the internet.
Okay, so I'm gonna pivot there for a
Let me
second
go, okay?
and talk to your social media.
Yep.
But did you guys both have like social media channels before coming together? Like were you
Yeah.
both into it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We did.
And
did.
then
You
how
ask-
did
if
you
you
make
steal
that-
my question, I'm gonna kill you.
No, how did
Okay,
you make
good.
the decision to join them together?
Well, we both had social media before, so we were both making content, different content than we make now. So Jade was doing, like she said, she worked at the gym in Van, so she was doing a lot of like funny gym, like relatable reels.
Yeah.
That's how I first saw her. So she'd just be like making jokes in the gym. She was in the gym all day long.
All day
long. So that was great. And then I was just doing like also like funny, like kind of like thirst trappy type shit because I was single at the time.
It was kind of like jokes about like being a single
it was
guy.
like it was like Ricky pretty much.
I don't feel that bad. Man. I don't feel that bad.
Minus
was
the
like-
golf shirts. It was
minus the
no
golf
shirt.
shirt.
No golf shirt.
It was
He was
no
no shirt. Yeah,
No
no
shirt.
shirt. That's the evolution of my content.
Yeah, that's
I
your
gotta start
next.
taking
That's
off
your
my
next
Yeah.
shirt.
chapter for real. But yeah, so it was just like that kind of stuff. Being single, not being that kind of jokey stuff. And then when we started dating, we were always like, okay, we need to make like a couples TikTok or something like that. I think that would go crazy if we bring our people together. And then we were actually on a brand trip with Patron in Mexico at the time. And
Fucking right,
yeah,
great.
it was lit, like you say.
Yeah.
And we're like, we kept pushing it off because we were long distance. So it was like, how are we gonna make a couples channel and consistently make content? When you live across the damn country. So then we're in the airport in Mexico, and we're like, hey, fuck it, let's just make it. So we made the account.
So wait, did you
and-
guys make a full fresh new account?
Yeah, full
So
fresh.
this is
new
like
ticket,
full fresh, zero followers.
Jed and Jade on TikTok.
Okay.
0 followers, and we're in this beautiful villa that Patron put us up in, and we film like 5 TikToks, right? And we're like, okay, let's bank some content, right? So we post our first one, 20 million views on our first video.
Yeah.
Like
It was
we post our
wild.
second one, 19 million views. So like we started going crazy like right away. So we're
Yeah.
like, holy shit, this is crazy. So we get back to Van, and then basically it became a thing that every time I flew to Van, which was bi-weekly by the way for
Yeah.
a year, I flew to Van.
Respectable.
bi-weekly. Yeah. We would make like 10 TikToks every time I went,
Yeah.
and it would keep us going consistently until I flew back. So we ended up banking content for a whole year, and we just it went like crazy.
And sometimes it would suck because we'd like miss a trend because we weren't together.
Yeah.
And we'd be like, oh, like I'm not going to see you for 2 weeks and we're going to miss this trend. And then by the time you saw me, we're like, the trend's over.
You're over it.
Yeah.
I gotta ask, and obviously knock on wood. If you ever break up, who gets the account?
I mean,
I think it would just go to debt. I think it would just die out.
You
I think it would
No,
be
it's worth too
I
much.
think it would be weird to just all of a sudden make it go solo.
Yeah.
But I think that I might fight for it because your personal TikTok has like 300K and mine has like nothing.
Oh,
Mine is
right.
like 15K.
Right.
I'd fight for it a little bit. Plus, our followers really like me.
I always ask. So, do you guys know Hash and Alyssa? They do cooking TikToks.
Who?
Hash and Alyssa.
Oh no, I don't.
No.
Beautiful couple too. They do a lot of cooking. He's a great cook. She's really pretty.
She's a great cook too.
She's not a great cook. I know.
Holy.
Hash does everything. So, and they're an interracial couple. Beautiful. Like they're great. And I always ask them, guys, like if anything, not like you obviously want everything to stay wet, but if you guys break up, like who gets this fucking account? Because they got like 300 something thousand. And Hash is like, it's hers. I won't even fight for it. Like she gets it. And I was like, wow, you're just gonna give it up? It's like, yeah, man, she does all the work. I just cook. I was like, all right, fair.
Damn.
Shit, though, that is the
I mean,
opposite
I
of
do
us.
all the work,
He is the
so-
brains behind the operation. I do nothing. I
Yeah.
have never once posted on our TikTok. Not once.
Yeah.
Not even contribute any ideas.
Yeah, like but it's mostly him. I feel like I put a lot of time and energy into my own personal brand. Like my Instagram is like my baby. Like my followers are everything to me. I do like the most research. I'm always like thinking of ways that I can utilize my platform to do things better and everything that they would want from me and how to create and cultivate these really amazing, unique, organic relationships with them that like our Jed and Jade, sometimes I'm like, it's obviously just like silly jokes. You know what I mean? Which I love. And I would like for us to do something like this where people can get to know us on a deeper level because we are both, very smart. We have a lot of depth stuff that people don't see. But I think that I spend a lot of time like really focusing on the aspects of my platform that to me are so important, like mental health and taking care of yourself, empowering women and being really real and vulnerable, that I just like forget about Jed and Jade. And he comes up with all these cool couple content ideas. And I'm like, I'm down for anything, obviously. But
The period
he does
one
a
the other
lot
day was
more
great,
work.
yeah.
I'm here for the memes. Like she's
Yeah.
there for the serious stuff. I'm here for the memes.
He does a lot
I'm here
of
to
work.
make people laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like making people laugh. I like making people relate and like have fun.
And we have
She's
so
a little
much
bit more
fun.
serious.
We have so much
We
fun
have so much fun
filming.
creating it. So I don't mind. I like finding like couple stuff for us to do.
Yeah,
That's
fun.
why my page is kind of taking on like the couple angle, right? Where it's like
Yeah.
everyone comes to my page to kind of see what we're doing.
Yeah.
Whereas people go to her page to see like what she's just doing. So
Well, Jade, if you're really big on connecting with your audience, what's one thing that you would, if your audience could hear one thing from you, like on a serious level, on a serious note, what's one thing that you would want them to know?
Oh, they know everything. I am an open book
really?
on my Instagram. I talk pretty much every day, every week. I do like a popular post called Monday Check-In, which is
I
like
did see
every
that.
Monday I write a post on how I've been feeling lately, or maybe something that happened the previous week, and just like a reflection of how I'm feeling and something that I really put a lot of thought into, the way that I've been feeling recently, and kind of being that, you know, part of social media where you kind of just break down that wall of like, I'm wearing cute outfits and I'm like a cutie girl living in Toronto with my hot boyfriend. Like, I just think that's so surface level, and I think it's kind of overdone, to be honest. And I just want to call people out. Like, let's just be real. Oh my God. Are we not like so sick of the same thing all the time?
100%.
yeah.
Like, let's just be real. Let's be honest. And I just think that we should talk about real shit and stop being fake. So
you know what the hard part is? And so my channel's all cheeky, fun, happy-go-lucky, you know, let's talk about dating and being single, whatever. And anytime I post something serious and I'm like, this is important, this is something I really want to get off my chest, something I think people need to know about, people need to listen, people need to really like take note, I don't think I've ever hit more than 10,000 views on something.
Flop.
Like, I remember right after my breakup, I posted something. I was like, guys, like, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay if you're fucking heartbroken, be heartbroken. Like, don't move on. Don't, like, and I posted like something serious. Like, I was almost in tears. Like, I fucking put a lot of like heart into it. I think I did 3,000 views.
Wow.
Like a week later, I read some fucking cheesy quote on TikTok. Like, I literally read, I saw a quote that said, you know, like, aren't we all single? Ha 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 ha. Like some literally bullshit like that.
Yeah.
10 million views. And
Yeah.
I'm just like,
It's crazy.
and everyone's like, oh, like in my DMs, like, oh, we want to see more about you. Like, tell us more about yours. Like,
No,
none of you
don't.
fucking cared.
Yeah.
You just want to see me smile and good lighting and say something cheeky. Like, fuck out of here.
I
Oh.
agree.
It's like, I struggle a lot. I really struggle because I'm like, is this page for me or is it for them? Right? Like, especially with my audience. Like, my audience is 80% females between 25 and 44. I'm willing to bet 80% of those females are single. And they come to my channel to just know that they can relate, that they're not alone, that dating is hard and dating isn't easy. No matter, even if you find your person, there's still struggles and all this other stuff that I talk about. And it's so fucking tough because now I have a platform, and is the page for me? Is it what I want to post, and is it for me to create content that brings me peace and joy and happiness, or is it now to relate to other people and be this happy-go-lucky, funny character who can make people smile and make people enjoy themselves and make people know that they're not alone? And it's obviously it's a combination of both, and you can't. There's no one without the other. But sometimes I struggle because I make something that I fucking love. Like my birthday post just put it together, and I was so fucking happy with this post. I'm like, it's my birthday. I got all these cool clips. My voiceover was great.
Same birthday, by the way.
Same fucking
got the
birthday
same
too.
birthday.
Actually.
What? Your birthday's September
we have the same
6th?
birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's when we actually talked. Like, we first started. Like,
That's-
I think I first messaged you
Yeah.
around that time.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Actually, I slid in his DMs. I was like, yo,
Yeah, he did. He was like twinning, and I was like,
I love a
Good. That
callback.
was good.
No, but yeah, like my birthday post, I'm like, this fucking post slaps. I'm so happy with it. Jess, you killed it. And I think it did on TikTok, what, 20,000 views? On Instagram, maybe 30,000?
the one where you had like the collage video of
Like, it's just
all
like,
the stuff you.
I turned 34, what a
Yeah.
year it's been, blah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pinned.
Yeah.
It's fucking pinned, and it's only got 20,000 views.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pinned.
but I have a question. So this is kind of
Fucking
like what Jade was saying. Like, she wants people to be more real. Do you think if more people were just more real 24/7, then the audience would then be more receptive to it? Because you're still having such opposite sides of the spectrum. People who are just very social media up there, but if more people would just post what they wanted or post what they would it make a difference?
I'll let you guys answer first.
I think that, like you were saying, is it for me or is it for them? I think it starts out being for you. Like, you post things that you think are really great. And it's like he said when we first met, like, my Instagram has pivoted so many times. And that's because there are things that work and there are things that don't work. And if you want to do this for a job, you take it seriously like a job. When things aren't working in your line of work, your boss is like, okay, you got to switch things up. I didn't really like that pitch. Like maybe go back to the drawing board because people didn't respond well. And I feel like you have to do the same thing with social media. You are your own boss, you know? So when things flop, they flop because your audience doesn't like that from you. They came to your page because they like one thing from you. And you can't please everybody. But like my audience is, I think 97% women, and they like that I put together, you know, like
Fuck yeah.
yay. I know, I'm very proud of that. I am for the girls. I am a girl's girl. So I love that the boys are steering clear of my page.
Right.
This is all for the girlies. But I started out doing funny fitness stuff, and then people would be like, we want to see your workouts. We want to see your workouts. I'd post a workout, it'd get like 2,000 views. I'm like, okay, you guys don't actually want to see my workouts, do you? You know what I mean? And then I'd talk on my stories about, you know, how I'm feeling and what I'm going through and how I'm getting through it. And so many people would be like, I wish this was a post or a reel so I could go back to it. And I was like, oh, weird. I don't want to be like vulnerable on the internet. That's cringy. And like, I don't want to do that. And then I just found more and more women that I really liked on the internet who were just being really open and raw and real. And they weren't shying away from it because it was taboo or cringe. And I just got really inspired by that. And I feel like now I post things, obviously, for my followers, things they like. They love my fashion videos, and I love fashion as well. I love art. That's what I went to school for.
Say cool fit.
Thank you. I went to school for art. I'm an artist first, and I love putting together these cool outfits. And again, it all stems from, I think, your own why, which my why has always been empowering women to feel confident exactly as they are, as themselves. Don't try to be Sue, Sally, Brittany, Ashley. You don't need to be those girls. You need to be you, and you need to feel very confident being you. How do we do that? I don't always feel confident, so we'll figure it out together. And in all different facets and things that I think work for me, I'm passionate about, that make me really happy, as well as the girls who are coming to my page and supporting me. It's a relationship. You're in a relationship with your followers. So just like if you were dating, they, you know, support you and they validate you and they make you feel so good. You have to give them that energy right back. So it means that some people really love the vulnerable post. Some people want to see you almost in tears because they're like, wow, like that's a real guy talking about real feelings. And I feel so connected to that. 20,000 people coming up to you and telling you that they loved that post that meant something to them, that would make you feel amazing. But, you know, like 10 million people telling you like, oh, you're hilarious, you're like that funny guy, that also feel good. So it's like, he always tells me like, don't diminish the videos that don't do that well, because there's still a lot of people watching.
We just said this on the podcast actually last week, because we're like,
I'm so glad you're
imagine
telling this.
200 people in the room right now.
Yeah.
Imagine 20 people in the room right now and everyone's just sitting. That's 20 people validating what you're talking about, or even just listening.
Yeah.
You see that on social media. You're like, oh my God, 200 likes? What the hell? 2,000 likes? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's because you know the potential of what you could be getting.
No, but you're 100% right. Like sometimes we get caught up in it, but imagine 200 people and like 200 likes, people that liked your video. That's a flop for people like us.
Yeah.
200 people showing up to listen to you say something is fucking huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I think just the perspective
Yeah.
is huge.
I have a question for you, Ricky. Like, what would your page look like if you say got into like a loving relationship right now? Like,
I'd be you guys. I'd have your content.
Yeah?
identical.
He's ready for
no,
that.
I'm just curious.
I'm like you. Like I fuck around. Like
yeah.
Like me and one of my other exes, like we used to go and she's like, I hate how you don't touch me like when we're out in public. I'm like, I'm not a very handsy person. But I like what I'll do is like I'll randomly just walk up behind like one of my girlfriends, just grab her ass. I'll like literally bite her ass in the middle of a nightclub, like shit like that. Like that's the type of guy I am. Or like I'll be like at a dinner table, just like sneak a boob grab or something. Like I'm just like that kind of guy. So like my content would just be like me annoying my girlfriend.
But does it scare you that you've grown your audience on this like heartbreak type niche?
No, not at all.
But you don't
I could
you don't worry
if
about
I
that?
met the right person, she was like, I think you should delete Instagram, TikTok. I'd do it tomorrow. I got no problem with it.
Okay.
I have a personal page. Like I have a personal page that I use. Like it's kind of been dormant, but I've started using it more now, just because like eventually I'm gonna give Jess all my like passwords and shit, so like she can do all my posts. So Jess is my coordinator, so she works with me. So eventually I want her to have everything, but like there's some conversations in there I'm just like, I don't think she should really be seen right now. So
You don't want to see them anyways.
yeah. But I'm like eventually
You don't want to see like 2 a.m. when he came home with heartburn and
no, but like for me, I have Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no problem like deleting it all. Like for me, it's cool. I've done more than I could have ever imagined with this platform. Like I got to go to Hawaii last year. I manifested fucking a
Spain.
brand trip to Hawaii. I went to go to Madrid. You know, my favorite football team follows me on Instagram. Like
Yeah.
I can DM my favorite football team and they send me shit on a weekly basis.
So cool.
But I also think you're very lucky in the sense that you do have a full-time job. You do work for a family business. A lot of people who put their blood, like sweat and tears, building their niche on socials, it's their full-time jobs.
Yeah.
Totally.
And like
I-
you have to basically rebrand yourself.
Yeah, but I
and
think
like not
it's-
everyone
it's-
likes that rebrand.
Well, think about it. I went from this cheeky, funny, like happy-go-lucky dating guy, which I had 250,000 followers before I switched to the heartbreak stuff. Like I went from 0 to 250. Maybe earlier this year, I was pretty stagnant for maybe like 3 or 4 months when I started dating my ex. I wasn't really posting as much because I was in a happy relationship. We broke up. I didn't post for about a month, maybe 2 months. And then I started with these like cheeky quotes. And it wasn't even just because of like the heartbreak. It wasn't the plan to pivot to heartbreak. It was just, you know, I saw a fucking quote I liked.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let me read this. Like, I just, hey, guys, like maybe someone's going through what I'm going through. And it took off. And then, you know, again, our page is for our audience as much as it's for us. So I was like, okay, let me read another one. And then it kind of just took legs of its own, right? Like I've grown 170,000 followers on TikTok in the last 4 months. I grew 100,000 on Instagram in the last, since basically like May, June,
You're right.
which is fucking unheard of today. Like, again, you guys did it. So like, you know how crazy it is, but your
yeah.
personal channel, like it's fucking tough, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it is tough.
So
yeah.
like if I got in a relationship or if something happened, like I'd have no problem. Like even the one you guys did with the turning around, I literally just made one solo here. I was like practicing for like when I get whatever.
How do you do that solo? With
Yeah.
who?
By
Exactly.
himself.
Exactly.
Well, you know the clapping one like a year ago? It was a Justin Timberlake song, Mirrors.
Oh, my God, my man. Really? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And everyone claps. I did it by myself.
And you just like clap.
I clapped by myself and I
Yeah.
cut the music at the clap. And it went, I know, it went very viral too. And it was fucking
That's
sick.
funny.
Like, I could do shit like that. And I feel like me and you are aligned in content where it's all about like making people smile, making
Yeah.
people laugh. Because I believe that social media is escape from reality at
Right.
times.
Totally.
It's important to be real and it's important to be vulnerable. And I've opened up about like depression and mental health and like I'm an open book. But I do think a lot of people come to my page specifically. Like people want inspiration, they go to Jay Shetty.
Right.
People want workout advice, they're going to like fucking C-Bomb or something. Like,
Yeah.
people want to just laugh
Yeah.
and you know you're single and you're fucking had a shitty date, you want to come to my page and fucking have a laugh with
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this motherfucker is going through the same shit I'm going through. Fuck him, but double tap. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
I
that's
think
what
it's
people
equally as important too, though. Like
Yeah.
it's important to
Everybody
have.
plays their roles.
Exactly. Like it's
Yeah.
important to have like. Obviously, you're funny too, but I'm just saying it's
Yeah.
important to have a page like yours.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I do. I still post
You
funny
still
stuff.
post funny stuff, but I'm saying like it's important to have pages that are like yours, where it comes to being like vulnerable and mental health and all that stuff, because people want to feel inspired and seen and heard. But it's also important that people sometimes just want to like rot and listen to some funny shit,
Totally.
and just laugh. You know what I mean?
Totally.
If
Like,
you see
I
my
do.
comments, all the comments are like, same. How'd you know? How are you in my head?
Yeah.
Or, how did the For You page do that? Like one of the first times I posted, I think the caption was when the For You page does its For You page. Like something like that.
That's funny.
And everyone's just like, what the fuck? Get this off my For You page. Why am I seeing this? Please get away. Please get away. And I'll comment sometimes like, is anybody else watching this on repeat? Like I'll comment on my own video and it's just like.
Yeah.
So many people are like, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, all you social media people, what's your favorite trend right now?
Oh, what's our favorite trend right now? What's an actual trend that's going on right now? That's fun. I do like the one that you just talked about, the upside down one. I think that's
I
really
love
funny.
that one.
I think it's hilarious when like the guy can't lip the girl or something like that.
I
find
love
that
it, man.
so-
I love it. I'm
I
all
watched
about-
one like literally 100 times the other day where the guy just ate shit with the girl.
I'm
It's
trying
hilarious.
to think. I don't know. What's your favorite? I don't have one that I really love right now.
I can say for couples, I was actually just watching yours before you guys came in here. The one with the iPhone and you're saying the words.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the
I
couples
think it-
dictionary.
Yes, I think
so
it shows
funny.
people's personalities a lot, which is kind of
Yeah.
nice and refreshing.
Yeah, that's
Totally.
really funny.
I think they're so funny.
Okay, to everybody here, what's one like TikTok rabbit hole you go down all the time?
You don't want to know.
Oh man.
I literally just asked.
TikTok rabbit hole. I've done two actually. I do a lot of like true crime.
Yeah.
Like I'll like listen to someone. There's that one girl that talks about true crime stories.
Oh, I
in
watch her
depth.
too.
I watched that. It's like a literal like 15-minute video on TikTok.
Have you
I
ever
watched the whole
like
thing.
watched like a movie basically
Oh,
on
yeah.
TikTok? You just like swipe and
It's
it's
like
like part
part
1, 2, 3,
4.
But then
I
like
watched
you're
that.
missing a part and like I lose my mind. and I
Yeah,
have
everyone in
to
the
skip.
comments is like, "Where is part 6?"
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
I know.
Like,
I
did he
love
kill
that
her or
stuff.
not?
Yeah.
That one, and then I also like randomly watch like crumble cookie reviews a lot.
That is my TikTok right now, and I've
Yo,
never had crumble,
me
and I don't
neither.
like them.
Me neither.
Me neither.
I don't like cookies.
I don't think I'd like them either.
They're
look
like
gross.
700
Can you
calories.
stop
Yes.
buying them from Mandy's then? Because I eat them all.
That's not crumble.
It's the same. It's still an unhealthy cookie.
Yeah, it's
You're
like
not
five.
supposed to eat 3. I brought 6. We had 2 guests in, Jess and me and you.
You didn't say they were for them. You have.
I brought them, but that's like the thing. When you buy 6 cookies, okay, everyone can have a
Yeah.
cookie.
Yeah.
I thought.
I'm sorry
okay,
you ate 3.
I just figured there was 3 of us. Like they weren't coming for like an hour and a half.
No matter. I bought myself a salad and I was being nice, but like most people would have a cookie, half a cookie.
Yeah, 3 is
Who has
crazy.
half a cookie?
I would
I
have half a
couldn't.
cookie.
I
Have you
can't
ever
even-
opened the bag of chips and put it back?
Yes.
No.
But you're weird.
I haven't actually. No.
Family
Really?
size, no problem. It's,
No.
once you
It's
open it, it's
not.
done.
I'm not a big snacker.
Gosh. Okay.
That's just like me.
What's that like?
we are wrapping up. I got a couple more. This is a little bit on a serious topic, and you mentioned it. You guys are both products of parents who were from divorce. How do you think that shaped your relationship?
You want to go?
You can go.
Well,
I hate to bring it back
Well,
to a
yeah, no,
serious
no,
note,
no,
but,
no. We talked about that before, though. I think for me, it's just like, just like not wanting to go on that path. So like being very sure about my relationship. Like before I even got in a relationship with Jade, I was like, I want to make sure that I'm only married once. I want to make sure that I don't put my kids through what I went through. Because I think it's unfair to the kids, and like I was saying today, like it's you can't please everyone, and I feel like with divorce, kids are put in a situation where they're almost like it's like on them to please everyone, and we both feel like we're in that position with our parents. So I just think it's unfair. I think it's like a lot to put on a kid. So yeah, I think for me, it's just wanting to do my best to be the best man, show up as the best man that I can, communicate. Make things work. Like, yeah, I don't know. I just think that in this day and age, it's just so easy to give up on something and just go to the next thing, right? Because it's just like everything is just so fast in this day and age. Oh, okay, this doesn't work. Let me get the next one. So I think for me, it's just like putting in that effort, building something strong, and making sure that I'm breaking that generational curse.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jade?
I think that it helps us not ever be judgmental towards each other, and we can be really open about our family lives, because I think when you date someone, you get into a relationship with someone who their parents are together and they've never experienced divorce, or they've never experienced a broken home or anything like that. It can be difficult. It can take a toll on your relationship because you feel like the other person doesn't understand. You almost have this feeling of guilt, and we've both felt that in other relationships before, that there can be that sense of like, do you think they're judging me because like my family is like kind of like broken, and there's like some turmoil and things I've gone through, etc. And I feel like it's just so nice that we just get it, to have someone who really gets it, and you don't feel that weird guilt. You don't feel that weird, like, I don't want to say shame or guilt, but that kind of is what you feel as like a child that's a product of divorce. After that happens, there are a lot of things that your family goes through. So yeah, I think that it helps us be less judgmental towards each other and allows us to be really open.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yep.
I got one more. Do you want to go?
Go.
Before? Obviously, your relationship online is fucking magical. It's perfect. Everybody wishes they had a relationship like yours. Now, obviously, not every day is like that. There are days where you probably maybe want to kill each other or something. On the days where the relationship is tough, what do you do? And maybe your relationship is this perfect all the time. Maybe you are the one in a gazillion.
No, I don't think anyone's is perfect.
No.
What do you
no.
do on those days?
Well, first of all, I think, Jade likes space. So when we're very different in that sense. Like, in the past, before I learned how to be a communicating person, and before I learned kind of not to be like a narcissist or something like that, I used to just like blame my partner. Like I would say, okay, you did something wrong, so I'm just gonna like not talk to you until you come to me. That type of vibe. That's what I was on. But now being with Jade, she's like really taught me a lot. First of all, when it comes to just like healing and what it means to be in a relationship. So I just learned that her way of dealing with turmoil is to kind of like remove herself from the situation, give herself time to break it down, and then we come back together and talk about it. Whereas in the past, for me, it's been like, okay, I'm just going to leave and then you come back to me. I'm just going to go do my thing. So I think it was just like understanding that. So for us, it's like, yeah, like give her some space, let her chill out for a bit, and then come together, talk it out. And then, yeah, I think when you told me the whole, like, it's us against the problem, not us against each other, that's something that's really stuck with me. So it's not like me versus you. It's like us versus issue. And, yeah, I think it's been helpful to know that, like, we want to be with each other forever. So we're not in a situation where, like, the end of this is, like, going to happen. Like, we're going to break up. Like, that's not, like, a possibility for us.
No.
So we're like, okay, let's figure this shit out because, like, we're not breaking up.
Yeah.
So let's figure this out as soon as possible.
I love that you said, that's literally my favorite quote.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not me versus you. It's never me versus you. It's us versus the problem.
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
the problem is, let's figure it out together, because if it's me versus you, nobody wins. We're
Right.
just
Yeah.
going to beat each other up. We're going to get into name calling. We're going to pick at each other's insecurities. But if it's us versus the problem, okay, like, hey, we're in this together. We're not breaking up.
Yeah.
We're going to fight this fucking thing until there's nothing left.
Yeah.
And if we're too tired, we're going to take a nap and we're going to get back at it tomorrow.
Yeah. I think like a big buzzword nowadays is like, oh, what's your love language and blah, blah, blah. And I just think that when you really go deeper into healing and what healing really is and what it means, it's not really about how you give and receive love. It's actually how you argue and like how you get upset and what triggers you. I think that's like so important to know and to figure out. And a lot of people haven't figured that out. So I think that that's a huge thing, is knowing what your argument style is. Is it like facing the problem head on right away? The minute we disagree, we got to sit down and we got to talk about it. We got to fix it right now. Or is it more of a like disassociating where you're like, I need to leave. I don't want to blow up at you. Like I have to go, and then I can come back when I've cooled off. You know what I mean? So figuring out how your partner argues and figuring out how they deal with conflict is so much more important, I find, than the love languages. You know, obviously those have a place and a time, and we love that, and they're fun. But I think that real relationships, there needs to be conflict resolution, because there's always going to be conflicts. Life is crazy. Like you said, it can change like this. And I think being able to face that as, you know, a unit, and knowing that when conflict arises, I know this is how Jed's going to respond, and I know this is how I'm going to respond, is being able to meet your partner where they're at, not where you want them to be.
Yeah. And I think I do think it really helps to be in a relationship where neither of you actually want it to end. Because I feel like I've met couples in the past where, like, it almost feels like one of them's waiting for a way out, you know? And it's like they just jump on the opportunity and they're like, okay, perfect, I can use this to get out now.
Yeah.
But it's like we're in a situation where, like, I know I want to be with her forever. She knows that she wants to be with me forever, I hope. And so when we fight, it's kind of just like, okay, so like, when are we getting back to normal? Because like, it's not like,
this is
you know,
boring. I don't like
Yeah.
this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be like this anymore. Like, can we watch our show now? Like, what are we doing? Let's just talk this out. But yeah, I feel like if you don't have that intention, then you could just be like, okay, it's over.
Yeah. Agreed.
You guys were a fucking blast to have on this. I feel like me and you are going to become good friends.
Yeah.
Well, obviously you as well.
Yeah.
Like, but
I mean, we've been DMing for every
we've
day.
been-
I thought you guys had met each other before.
Yeah, no, at this point, I felt like it too.
yeah, we're like chatting runs,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I,
This guy's doing some crazy stuff coming up. High rocks.
You're
no
just, yeah,
training.
you're running
No
the marathon.
training on high rocks.
You're running
no training
the,
on marathon.
I'll tell you about it. I trained yesterday for the first time for high rocks. I'm like in trouble, but
Oh,
I'll
man.
figure it out. We
Okay.
will. We always do.
All
Guys, thank you again for coming on. We're gonna definitely make this like either a bi-yearly thing or
Yeah, for
bi-quarterly thing. Whatever. If people want to find out more about
Quarterly
you,
or
yeah,
whatever.
bi-quarterly, which is every 6 months. If you want to find out more about you guys, what you're doing, your content, everything, where can they go? How can they find you?
Well, you can find me on my Instagram, which is jade.smith, Smith with 2 I's, because that's a tough last name to have, I'll tell you.
You can find me at Jed Tavernier. Also Jed the Runner, because I'm running marathons and doing all that
Fast
fun stuff.
motherfucker.
And then find us on TikTok at Jed and Jade for some laughs. We're not getting too serious on there.
No.
We're chilling there.
To be fair, I'm also so unserious. That's my whole brand.
Okay, yeah. And just remember that any video idea there came from me.
Actually, that's true. True.
As she rolls her eyes.
Yeah.
But guys, if you make it to the end of this, we appreciate you. Give Jade a follow, give Jed a follow, give Danny a follow, myself. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Cheers.
Peace out, pals.
oh.